We have got a FEH channel and a bunch of seasonal units coming our way, so this is going to be my breakdown of it. And we see Hoshido Summer Mia as the first unit. She's an axe flyer this time and she's got 38 HP and obviously a -1 special cooldown weapon. And in the FEH channel, we can see that she gives the null panic status, the null follow-up status, and the hexblade status to her allies. And I think that she likely gives +6 attack and speed buff because I do see the buff sign on her, so that is probably combined with the null panic status. And she gives herself the IO shield status and 50% damage reduction piercing status, like we have seen before on Legend Camilla, and that's why she doesn't really take any kind of effective damage against Duo Shamir and is able to double her. So she's gonna be really fast, and because she's able to retaliate back to Duo Shamir, she probably has a distant counter skill, maybe even a prime skill, even though it has kind of fallen off now that we've got Nurgle and Mythic Loki. But she does have a bunch of status effects on herself, so a prime skill would make sense and would pretty much make her like a Halloween Anna, but even better and more updated. And she also has the rain snap skill, I think, because she has got the extra movement in the clip where they show Lucia. So she's probably going to be having defense rest snap because she does give herself the hexblade status, and this would be a good time for them to introduce that variant of that skill. Before we go further, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, Sword of Convallaria. Sword of Convallaria offers authentic tactical battles with dynamic 3D terrain strategy, and you can experience over 120 hours of choice-based storytelling with multiple endings. The game features stunning neopixel art style crafted with vibrant details, plus it is backed by the legendary music of Hitoshi Sakimoto. So you can assemble your team of mercenaries and your choices will shape the destiny of this world. The game follows a dynamic class counter system like axe beats shield, shield beats spear, and spear beats bow. So you can equip different gear and combine skills to make each unit unique, and you can utilize your environment to your advantage, like wooden crates can create platforms, gunpowder barrels can trigger explosive reversals, and boulders can change the battlefield. So you'll need to outmaneuver your enemies with clever positioning and strategic moves. So don't miss out, click the link below in the description to download Sword of Convallaria now and use the gift code SOCCREATOR to get exclusive rewards. Join the adventure today to become a hero in this epic tactical RPG. And now let's get back to our video. We also see Lucia as a lance infantry unit with 41 HP, and she has got no special, so she's probably going to be working like a regular version by trying to 1v1 all of the units with the feud effect and null follow-up and null counter disrupt. And she does have the null follow-up in the combat because SCOWL does have the follow-up negation status, so she's still able to double her, so probably has got that. And she also has a distant counter skill because she's retaliating back to Sather. So distant bonus doubler would make sense on her as an Omni tank. And she also takes 40% less damage in the combat, so she probably has a damage reduction sloppy skill just like her original version. And Lucia being updated is going to be really solid for Omni tanking if she can have some better ways of tanking compared to the original version, who has to depend on Gambit and the pierceable damage reduction a lot of the times. And now we've got so much damage reduction piercing that all of that pierceable damage reduction isn't really going to be helping you too much when it comes to Omni tanking. And then we have got the 4-star focus of this banner and Hoshido Summer Leo. So he has got 37 HP and he's a colorless mage cavalier, and unfortunately he has got an inedible weapon because it only gives him Omni +4, and it also gives you the guaranteed follow-up status in the player phase. We can actually see that status in Takumi's section. So he probably just has that version, but as a colorless tome, which is definitely unfortunate for many of the Leo fans because Valentine Leo actually got done much better and he actually had a preferred weapon. But here as a colorless Mage Cavalier, he's gonna be stuck here with this kind of weapon, but I guess Laurent is gonna be getting a new weapon if you want to give that to him. And then we have got Hoshido Summer, Takumi, and we do have his stats. So he's got 42 base attack and 46 base speed, and he's a colorless Bow Cavalier. He's gonna be the free reward out of the Tempest Trial, and he has got defense rest snack 3 and rouse attack speed 3. And because he has got defense rest snack 3, I think that maybe his weapon has got some kind of hexblade effect or something like that. And he does come with an inhittable bow in Stall Game Bow Plus. So this is again the same weapon as Leo, giving you Omni +4 in the combat and also the guaranteed follow-up status. And then we have got the final unit of this batch and the banner in NEPHENEE and Sakura. So Sakura becomes the first unit to have 2 backpack appearances, once with Duelise and now here with NEPHENEE. So it's a harmonic unit and they've got a lot more HP than you would usually see on these kinds of mage flyers at base 45. And that's because they've got Resonance 4 as their skill, which we have seen before on Emblem Celica. So it didn't really take much time to show up on another unit. So they are Red Mage Flyer, and you can see that they've got the special cooldown jump on their first attack because even though Valentine Mer has got the SCOWL effect, you're still able to trigger Moonbow, and then they also have the special jumping on the follow-up attack. So we have been seeing that as a way of anti-SCOWL. So NEPHENEE is also going to be having that, and she also has some kind of sweep effect because Valentine Mer is not able to counterattack and she's got distant counter in her weapon. So that is going to be making for an annoying nuke, but now we have got Null Counter Disrupt Echo. So that has been a thing, and we also have Emblem Ike, who also has that in his weapon. He's the best Omni tank. So sweep effect might not be as good as it could have been before, and she probably has some kind of true damage in her preferred weapon because her damage output is a bit higher than what I expected. This banner is going to be happening on 7th August, and few hours before that we should be getting a trailer of this, and then we'll know all of the scales and everything and their weapons, and we're also going to be able to get Takumi on that same day as the Tempest trial is going to be starting. And then we have got 4-star Special Heroes Special Raid Summon with the 20 tickets that we're going to be able to get. So you're going to be able to get 20 seasonal units, and this banner has already started, but it is going to be there for a while if you forget to use your tickets. And basically we have got the units in the Special Hero Special Raid Summon pool, and Red has got the least amount of units in 32 units. The newest one is at the top and the oldest one is at the bottom, except for Rudolph for the blue section. That is definitely not the oldest unit, but there are 37 blue units, and when it comes to the green pool, it is the biggest with 43 seasonal units. And Colorless also has 36 units. So this is the distribution of the seasonal units, and you could pick the color depending on which one you like. But if you want me to tell you that which color you should be summoning, then I definitely have some images for you. So if you want to take a look at the duo and harmonic units, then the red pool just beats everything out of the water because they've got 6 duo and harmonic units, and Duo Pilot is recently going to be getting a weapon refine. So that is going to be a unit that you can watch out for. Blue and green has got 3 units and Colorless has got 4 units. So you can try and pick the colors depending on which harmonic and duo units you want. And if I had to narrow down the choice to notable units, then these are pretty much my picks. So here it includes the duo and harmonic units, plus the units that are about to get a weapon refine recently. Like for example, we have got Summer Ingrid with a really solid weapon that even as a one-off copy, she can give good support. So that could happen to Veluria, Winter Bernie, and also Pyre Tibarn, and many of these units already have a decent enough weapon refine so that they can have a bit of a useful niche. A lot of units that have preferred weapons have already got the weapon refines. If their weapon is not as good as like the arcane weapons, then I don't really have them listed. But these are the main units that you can look out for if you want to keep usability in mind. I'm probably going to be picking green color and red color because green has a lot of value and I definitely want to get Duo Peony. And red also has a lot of duo and harmonic units and units that I want to get. So it could be a focus for many people. Blue also has a fair share of notable units and duo and harmonic units. Colorless has got the least of them. A lot of the units are not really going to be giving you value because they simply don't really have a preferred weapon. We also have Grand Hero Battle Revival, and Validar is an amazing free-to-play mage with really high damage output with his weapon. Pern is also a solid free-to-play dagger unit who's basically like a free-to-play version of Legendary Female Shez without the swift slices. Mavier is also a decent support unit, but his support has kind of fallen off because the visible status effects are something that can get stolen if you depend on them too much against like Mythic Eloquio and Nurgle. Then we've got Caster and Candace who don't really impress much with their non-preferred weapons, and Fallen Lloyd is definitely going to be the star here because he's a really good arena merge project option. So here you could save a bunch of grails and also feathers by getting him as a 5-star unit. And then we've got Jared, who again doesn't really stand out because of not having any kind of preferred weapon. The good thing about these Grand Hero Battle units is that even as a one-off copy, they can still add value to your barracks for something like limited hero battles or even for arena assault because all of them provide support. So Validar can debuff, Pern gives you the debuff neutralization status, Mauvier can also give you the extra status effects, and Fallen Lloyd can actually give you the foe penalty doubler status, which no other unit can give as a start of turn bonus, so that is really unique. We also have celebratory skill focused summoning rewards, and a lot of these banners don't really stand out much except for the one at the last because it has got Brave Salif, who's going to be getting a weapon refine in September, but the other units don't really stand out much unless you're a big fan of them. Shamir is also going to be getting a weapon refine, so she could be a unit that many Shamir fans can try and get. And then we also have a new Hero Fest banner, and this is going to be replacing the starter Hero Fest banner, so new players can have access to these units. And this Hero Fest is a lot better than what we had last year, even for its time. So Dual Leon has fallen off because of Breath of Life and a lot of the Null Counter Echo and Emblem-Ike already having Null Counter Disrupt in his weapon. But still he is a solid nuke, and there's always the duo button which you can use in Summoner Duels to end the action of the enemies and just not let them play the game. So he can still function good, but he is on the way to his fall, I would say, with a lot of the skills that we have got. And there's also Attune Triandra as an Attune unit giving you value, but her Attune skill is probably the worst one in Deathblow Echo. Now we have got Soaring Echo, Null Counter Disrupt Echo, so it doesn't really stand a chance against those skills. So unfortunately not the best X skill, and Gulfig is much better for the fodder with Occultist Strike and Flared Sparrow, but again the answer to the pre-combat damage is there with Breath of Life 4. Winter Edelgard is a really premier Gale Force unit, but having used her so much, her damage output is kind of starting to fall off, and we have got units like Aetherin, which are just so tanky with their flat damage reduction that it is like impossible for Winter Edelgard to Gale Force against them. So all of these units are useful, but they are not at their peak, I would say. So definitely consider before spending your orbs, and the best unit out of this banner is probably Winter Edelgard because she is just insane for Gale Force, even if you know, there's a lot of things that can kind of stop her, and Attune Triandra even can function as a really good Gale Force dancer, but as an attuned fodder unit, we definitely have much better units. So FEH Summer Celebration is going to be giving us one Pharma Soul, which is going to be really valuable because we're going to be seeing a bunch of mythic and legendary units in the holo forms in future, so you're going to be getting a lot of value out of that. And then we've got 12 orbs and 25 free summon tickets, a lot of dragon flowers too, but it is definitely not enough with the dragon flower update that we're going to be getting in mid-August. So Gen 1 infantry units can get like 35 dragon flowers, which is quite a lot, and I wish we got more of them. Then we've got the new update, which is going to be released on August 6th. And we do have a couple of new arena maps. The one with a lot of defense tiles in the middle is definitely a bit annoying with all of the warping shenanigans. And we've got a lot of cav unfriendly maps here, but I just see them with Emblem Celica's strength nowadays, and it doesn't really matter if there's a trench there or not. They can simply warp, and Emblem Celica has made arena a much worse experience just because of all of the warping that we've got, and you definitely need to check for her. And then we have got additional difficulty for United Warfront in the Abyssal difficulty, so that is going to be good for getting a few of more rewards. And we also have an update for Hero's Journey where the requirement for the memory fragment has gone down, so you can have more memento events, and we have a bunch of new units in the Legendary and Mythic Hero remixes. So all of these units are going to be going into the remix pool, and they're going to be getting rerun there, and they're going to be getting a refine and remix soon. And this month we have got Claude's remix, so he's also going to be getting a refine, and he's got Fallen Star too. So this has now evolved into Deep Star, and he's able to get the true damage, which is really good for his damage output, and he also gets the flat damage reduction based on the bonus and penalty status, so he's probably going to be having some bonus status effects out of his weapon. And he also has Guidance 4 now, so that is really good for arena usage if you already didn't give him Soaring Guidance or something like that. And ULLR is also going to be getting a remix to her Ingvi Ascendant Plus, and now it is going to be giving you the potent follow-up attack 100% which makes for a really deadly combo on a player phase nuke like her. She does have Desperation effect built into the skill, and she also has attack speed Oath 4. I kind of wish that she got Pledge instead, because attack speed Oath 4 is much easier to get, and Pledge's special charges would definitely go well with her triple attack and also trying to trigger Deadeye. And I'm gonna be going over them more when the update announcement comes with the full weapon refinery badge and everything. And both of these remixes are actually really solid, and these units can definitely bounce back if they get a good weapon refine. A lot of units are going to be gone into the weekly revivals, and a lot of these units are pretty old and don't really have much of a fodder. And now at least they're not going to be pity breaking you, and now we can finally have the sparking on the weekly revival banners, which is much needed, because many people try and finish their plus and merge projects, and a lot of these units are simply outdated. So getting the spark on them is going to be helping you get to that plus and merge a lot easily. And this month in mid-August, we're going to be seeing the Choose Your Legends unit. So Brave Bernie, Brave Alphonse, Brave Felix, and Brave Female Robin are going to be happening. I hope they defy the expectations and make them into interesting weapon types and classes, instead of just giving Bernie the bow and Alphonse an axe or something like that, and going with Swordmaster Felix. So I'm hoping they can surprise us. Let me know what you think about it in the comments, and I want to thank all of my YouTube members for their constant support. You can click the link on your screen right now to check out my breakdown of the double mythic banner that we have got, and make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because YouTube sub boxes are about as functional as Lucia's special. So that's it, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.